so much. All right, hello everybody. After this very strange week we've had, we decided to do a video healthy back class. I'm going to try to do one a week until we meet again. So hopefully everybody can kind of keep up with your back class routine somewhat while you're at home quarantined or sheltering in place or whatever the term is these days. I'm going to do the back class without any ball, just because everybody does not have a ball at home. So we're going to do core work and stretching and flexibility, all just using a mat, and we're going to get started. So some of these exercises are going to be a little more basic than maybe we do in class. So I really want you to focus on your form and really good control. All right? If anything hurts you, don't do it. Modify as you remember from class the best you can. And anyway, we'll give you another variation hopefully next week. So we're going to start lying on our back, feet flat on our mat. We're going to roll ourselves down. And from here, you're going to reach your fingers down towards your feet. And we're going to just draw into a pelvic tilt. So make sure you're making your neck long in the back, like you're holding onto that piece of fruit under your chin. And we're going to draw those abdominals in. The small of your back flattens all the way down. You are going to take a nice breath in while holding that tilt. You're going to exhale and then gently release. And again, draw into your tilt. Breath in. Breath out. And release. And one more time, make sure you're not pushing through your feet. You're going to use those lower abdominals to create that tilt. Breath in. Breath out. And find your neutral position. So remember, neutral position, you might feel a little bit of a space in the small of your back. That's perfectly okay, as long as you feel like your abdominals are engaged. Pull your left knee to chest. Make sure you don't scrunch up your neck. And let's go ahead and extend that leg long, giving yourself a nice stretch there. Let's point and flex. And point and flex. A little bit more stretch. Point and flex. And let's do 3 ankle circles clockwise and 3 counterclockwise, big and slow. Good. And holding that position with your hamstring, I want you to slide the other leg down straight and give yourself a really nice hamstring stretch there. Good. Bend the knee and float it down. Pull your right knee to chest. Extend up towards the ceiling. Put that nice stretch on. Make sure your neck is relaxed. We're going to point and flex the foot. 3 times big and slow. And from here, 3 ankle circles. And then 3 the other way. Hold there. Slide that left leg down straight. And give yourself a nice stretch. Hold there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend that knee. Float it all the way to the floor. Hands down at your side. We're going to find that neutral position again. And from here, we're going to point the foot or the toes of our left foot. And we're going to maintain that 90-degree angle in our knee. We're going to float that leg up to tabletop and float it back down without any arch in the back. Just tap the toe, float it up and down and up and down. And let's do 2 more. I do not have my counters with me, so guys, give me some grace. I'm sure I will be off a little bit, but you guys can fill in the blanks for me. Okay, right side. Really a nice transition without a lot of shift in your pelvis. Float that right leg up. Tap the toe down. Exhale again, lift up. And down. And lift 3. And down. And 4. Tap down. And 5. And tap down. Make sure you're maintaining that neutral position the whole time. I don't want you to ever lose it. If you feel like you do, stop and reset. Float your left leg to tabletop. Draw those abs in. Float your right leg to tabletop. And I want you to flip your palms up so you're in a low V. And from here, toes are pointed. We're going to float that left leg out to the side. Without moving the right leg, you're going to exhale, pull that left leg back to center. Right leg drops. And exhale. Left leg out. So everybody's going to have a different range of motion based on how much mobility you have in your hips. So don't worry so much about how much you're dropping the legs out to the side. I want you to really focus on staying still and stable in your middle while those legs are dropping out. And I think this is 4. And there's 5. And 6. Inhale, exhale. And let's do 2 more. Good, 1 more. Good. All right, holding there, hands coming behind the head, elbows wide, and support your head and neck without pulling on your neck. We're going to exhale, curling up. 1, and exhale, lift 2, and 3, and 4. So we're focusing more on getting those shoulder blades off the mat, really using those upper abdominals. 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more. 1 more. If you need a rest now, take it. If you can, I want you to maintain that tabletop position, and we're going to, and you can either keep your hands behind your head or you can take your palms still face up in that low V. So we are going to lower, lower, lift, lift. Right, left, right, left. If you notice, I am keeping my toes pointed and I'm just touching with my toes, coming down, down, up, up. So it's not a long hold. Tap down, down, up, up. 1 more. Down, down, up, up. Switch sides. Left side drop, right side drop. Left side lift, right side lift. Down, down, up, up. 2. My toes are cramping. 3. 4. 1 more. 5. Last set. Hands behind your head. We're going to do an oblique crunch. So we're going to crunch up, rotate, rotate, or excuse me, untwist and down. Up, rotate left, and down. Up, twist to the right, and down. Up, left, and down. Up, right. This is 3. So pulling that armpit of the left shoulder towards that right knee. Up, twist, and down.
Do one more on each side. Up, twist, untwist, down, up, twist, untwist, down. Pull those knees to your chest. Give yourself a nice little stretch there. Tuck the chin, lift the head, pull those shoulder blades off the mat. We're going to extend that right leg long, pull that left knee to chest. So we're going to keep the head up the best we can, and we're going to switch here. So we're pulling 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, 9, and 10, 10, hold, rotate, switch, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10, and 10, and center, head rests, legs lower one at a time. Keep those hands behind your head and drop both knees to the left. And open up that chest without arching the back. Give yourself a nice breath in and a nice exhale. Swing those knees back to the right side. Keep the head looking up towards the ceiling. From here, take a nice breath in and a nice exhale. And back to center. Good. All right, we're going to roll to our side. Hopefully I'm still in frame. All right, so we're going to stay up onto our elbow, lifting through the rib cage. The other option, if this is a little bit hard on your neck or you feel like you're sinking into your shoulder, you can be down on your side. We've done these before. You can just support your head with your arm, which is fine. The opposite, or the top hand, the hand that's closest to the ceiling, should be resting on your hip with your hips in a nice stable position. So legs are stacked, toes are pointed, heels are up, and we're going to start with our clamshells, but we're going to start with clamshells toes together. So we're kind of going into a little bit more internal rotation, and we're going to open it up here. 1, and open 2, and 3, and open 4, and 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. Heels together, toes apart. 1, open 2. So remember, don't open those hips. You're going to keep those hips stable, like you have that cocktail on your hip. 5, 6, 7, 8. Pause, keep the feet up, and we're going to hydrant lift. So we're using the top of that hip, lifting up and down. 2, remember to stay lifted. 3, lifting 4, lifting 5, and up 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. Hold that leg up. Knee should be even with your hip joint. The bottom leg, I want you, if you can, to keep the foot up. If you need to drop it down to give your leg a rest, that's okay. We're going to push that top leg away, flex the foot, and we're going to pull that knee to chest, and push, and pull, and push, and 3. So we're kind of pushing behind us just a little bit. And 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 10. Little pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pull it in, lower it down, and do one nice side open. One nice opening. Take a nice breath in And a nice exhale. All the way back over. Good. Taking that top hand, we're gonna push ourselves up, and let's just roll to the other side. Or you can roll over if you would prefer. So pick your position, either on your, all the way down on your side or up on your hip with your rib cage lifted. So we're starting with the toes together, a little bit of an internal rotation in that top leg, and we're gonna open 1, and 2, 3, and lift 4, and 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Heels together, toes apart, open 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, open 6, and 7, stay lifted, 8, 9, and 10. Hydrant lift, toes pointed, lifting 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, keep those abs engaged, 5, open 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 10. Extend that leg out long, pull it to your chest, push away. 1, pull, push 2, push 3. Try to keep that knee even with the hip joint. 4, push 5, push 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. Hold, little pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and all the way down. Coming all the way down to your side. Arms extended out in front. Make sure your shoulders are not scrunched up in your ears. Nice big inhale, exhale. Go ahead and open all the way up. Nice breath in and out. Coming all the way back. And push yourself up. And we're going to do bridges. So knees to chest. Give yourself a little stretch. And we are going to roll ourselves down again. So tuck that tailbone under. Give yourself a nice roll down. Good. Pull your heels in toward your bottom. Feet should be in line with your knees, and the knees should be in line with your hips. So everything's in one nice straight line. No caving in at the knees and no dropping out at the knees. Find your neutral position for your trunk. So finding your neutral for your lumbar spine, and we're going to lift straight up. Lifting 1, and 2, and lift 3, and 4, and lift 5. Remember, keep your weight into your feet so you don't load your neck. 7, 9, 10, up and hold. Keep that bottom squeezed and lifted. We're doing little pulses together. Pulsing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold. And you're gonna keep that squeeze on and drop about 2 inches. Little drop and lift. 1, 2, lift 3, lift 4, and up 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, 9, and 10. Dropping back just to a neutral position. We're gonna pull those heels in and go up onto your toes. Okay, we're gonna keep those heels lifted like we're wearing a pair of stiletto high heels. We're gonna lower and lift. 1, and lift 2, and up 3, and 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lower yourself Let your knees drop out to the sides. We're gonna do one set of butterfly bridges. Heels are pressing together. You're resting on the outside of your ankles, and again, depending on how much hip rotation you have, you're gonna drop your knees out more or less. So if you're tight, you're gonna be about here. I don't want you to force it and arch through your back. So you're gonna maintain that nice neutral position in your back. Arms down at your side. We're gonna bridge up. 1, and up 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 5 more, 7, 8, 9, 10, up and hold. Little pulses at the top, so those heels should be pressing together. We are going to lower lift 1, 2, 3, 4, squeeze 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower yourself all the way down. Whew, pull those knees in. Let's go ahead and drop our arms out into a T. Take your left ankle, place it on your right knee. So from here, we're gonna take a nice breath in. And as we exhale, we're gonna drop both legs to the left, keeping our chest pointing up towards the ceiling. So the goal here is to be able to drop that left thigh all the way to the floor, but I don't want you to force that and lose your form. So just to go as far as you can. Take a breath in, and as you pull back, you're using those oblique muscles to bring you back to center. And then you're just gonna keep going all the way over, and hopefully the sole of your left foot will rest down on the floor. Take a nice breath in, and then exhale. And again, using the obliques on the left side, you're gonna draw in and pull all the way back up to center. Uncross and switch. Right ankle now on left knee. Okay, nice breath in, and you're going to drop to the right. So the right thigh is going to rest on the ground, or as close as you can get safely. And then exhale, using those oblique muscles to draw back to center. And you're gonna keep going all the way over. And make sure your foot is facing flat or pressing flat on the floor if you can get there. And then again, draw those oblique muscles in, coming all the way back to center. Good, and then all the way down. All right, we're going to roll over onto our stomach. So, for some of us, especially if you have a lot of stenosis, you may want to use a pillow under your hips for the prone work. So, if you have a pillow, grab it. We are going to start, and it shouldn't be a super flat pillow. It should be, and not super fluffy, it should be just right. So kind of feel what feels good for you. We're gonna start on all fours. For those of you that don't tolerate all fours, as you know, we can go to elbows for some of this. Do the best you can on the elbows. This is actually gonna make your glutes work a little harder to be on your elbows. So you'll go wherever you feel like you can comfortably. We're gonna find our neutral position in our trunk. So think about tucking in and dropping till you find that nice center. So you can go a little bit smaller with your pelvic tilt, little smaller till you feel like you found your center. So that should be about a 25% tilt. Your back should feel nice and flat and stable. We are going to float our right leg out. Okay, and maintaining that nice stable position in our trunk, and keep your chest lifted. You don't want to feel like you're sinking. So from here, we're gonna lift that hip long out of the socket with the toe pointed. So we're gonna lift 1. So lifting from the buttocks, not from the back. 2, and lift 3. And lift 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more here, 9, and one more. You're going to lift 10 and hold. Be very mindful of dropping your knee. You want to keep that knee up and level. You don't want to end up down here. So from here, we're going to bend at the heel to the buttocks and extend. Pull in 2 and extend. Pull 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend to 90 degrees, lower and lift. 1, lift 2, lift 3, 4, keep that chest lifted, 5, lift 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come all the way down, widen your stance, sit back on your heels and extend those arms out in front. Good, coming back up. And now this one, you really do need to be on your, you have to be on your arm, or I guess you say supported through your arm as opposed to down on your elbow. If you can't do that, then just omit this next exercise. Float the right leg back, left arm out, and we are going to pull elbow to knee, tuck, and extend long. Pull 2, and extend long. 3, 4, pull 5. So if you can, I want you to touch that elbow to the knee. One more. Lengthen and hold, pulsing up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and bring it all the way down. So you should feel that right in that bottom, that glute maximus on that right side. You should also feel it through your abdominals as you're stabilizing. All right, floating the left leg back. And we're going to lift here. 1, lifting 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more. Up and hold. Flex. 1 and extend. 2 and extend. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. 9, 10. Bend to 90 degrees. Lower and lift from that hip joint. Lift 2. Lift 3. And 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Down, widen your stance. Extend those arms and sit back on your heels. Give yourself a nice stretch there. Whew. Good, and coming back up. One more here on all fours. We're gonna, oh, sorry, all of a sudden I forgot which side I was on. Float the left leg back. This is why I need you guys here so you can say, Carrie, you need to do the left next. Right arm out, and here we go. We're going to tuck and extend, and pull 2, and extend. 3, 4, pull 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, lengthen out, pulsing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down. All right, we're doing a plank. Here we go. We're gonna drop to our elbows. We're gonna float our right leg back and our left leg back. Draw those abdominals in, chest is lifted, chin is tucked. We're going to do knee taps for 8. So we're gonna tap down 1, and 1, and 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and 10, and knees down. I just remembered I said 8 and then I did 10. Sorry. All right, here we go. From the knees, we are going to weight shift forward, drawing those abdominals in, so no sagging and no bottom sticking up. You're gonna stay in a nice straight line. From here, we're gonna do a tricep push-up. Keep those elbows close to your rib cage. We're gonna lower, press 1, press 2, and 3, 4, push 5, 6, 7, we are doing 10, 8, 9, 10. Pull those knees in, tuck your toes under, and we are going to do a hover plank. So we're going to really use those lower abdominals to lift through the hips. We're only lifting about 4 inches or so off of the mat. If you lift too much, then you're using your spinal extensors and you're not using your abdominals. Chest is lifted, chin is tucked, abs are engaged. Float those legs up here. We're gonna lift. 1, 2, 3, lift 4, lift 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10, and down. All right, we're gonna push back. I want you to swing your right leg forward. We are going to rest both hands on the front leg, which is our right leg. Do a big pelvic tilt, so you're tucking that tailbone under, and we're gonna hold that as we weight shift just a little bit forward so you get that stretch in the front of the left thigh. Make sure, your shoulders are stacked right on top of your hips so you're not forward. Give yourself a nice little stretch there, front of the left thigh. Good. And coming back, we're going to, hopefully without toppling over, swing the right leg back, left leg forward, big tilt of the pelvis, both hands on the left leg. You have to hold that tilt, weight shift forward. Give yourself a really nice stretch in the front of the right thigh. Good. Coming back, weight shift back. And this is where we need your pillow if you choose to use that underneath your hips. So anybody that has stenosis, I want them to do to have a little pillow support. We're gonna come all the way down. So the pillow would be placed under your hips. So you have a little support for your lumbar spine. We're gonna float those arms overhead, and the head is lifted about 1 inch off the mat so it's not smashed into the floor. You can also roll up a towel and place it under your forehead if you need that little support for your neck. Chin is tucked, abdominals even here are engaged. So thinking about pulling into about a 25% tilt. Those toes are pointed, arms are out. If it hurts your shoulders to be out this far, you can bring them down here and do your lifts this way. But if you can, I want you to be in that wide position, a little micro bend in your elbows. Here we go, we're gonna lift right arm and left leg, left arm and right leg. Good, and 2, and 2, and 3, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 1 more, and rest. Head up about an inch or two, abdominals drawn in. We are going to do Supermans, which means all limbs are coming up. They're floating only about 6 inches off the floor. Draw those abdominals in, lift, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down slowly. Exhale, lift, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down slowly. Exhale, lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down slow. Exhale and lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, down slow. Big breath in. Exhale, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly lower down. 1 more here. Lift and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Holding, little swimmers, just little ones. Arms and legs going. Draw those abdominals in. Make sure you're keeping your breath going. And down. Go ahead and give yourself a little push up onto all fours. And we're going to go ahead and tuck our tailbone under, tuck our toes under, draw that tailbone under, and we're gonna go up into a downward facing dog. Hopefully my bottom doesn't leave the frame of the camera, but if it does, you know what I'm doing. We're gonna push up. Good, and your head should be in between your elbows. Your heels should be down close to the mat. Push those sit bones up to the ceiling. And we're just giving a little bit of a stretch there. And push back, come forward. Push back, come forward. Push back, come forward. 1 more little one, push back, and drop all the way down. We have 1 more exercise. We're gonna go back to our plank, and we're going to weight shift side to side, front to back. This is a subtle, small movement. So we're up on either on your elbows or full extension, and from here, we're just gonna weight shift left, right, left, right. It's not a hip twist. You're just going side to side. If you had that glass of wine on your back, it would not spill. And 4, and 5, and find your center. Weight shift forward and back, and 2, and back. 3, 4, 5, let's do 3 more. 6, 7, 8, and rest. Oh, good work. All right, we're gonna roll over onto our back. And go ahead and give yourself a nice roll down. Extend your left leg out long, arms into a T. Take your right leg to tabletop and go ahead and drop that right leg over your left. You're going to gaze to your right. Stretch and hold there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Rolling yourself back to center. Extend that right leg out long. Pull your left knee to chest, left knee to tabletop. And roll that left leg over and look to the left. Give yourself a nice stretch. Good. And draw that left leg back to center. Put the left leg down with your knee bent. Pull that right leg up. Let's pull right knee to chest, left knee to chest, and give yourself a nice hug as you rock side to side. Good. Float your right leg to the floor. Float your left leg to the floor. Extend those legs out long and extend those arms over your head. So I want you to just lengthen out, still drawing those abdominals into a nice neutral position. You're gonna lengthen out long with those arms overhead. Should get a nice stretch in your shoulders. Point those toes, lengthen through that spine. And we're gonna end with a roll up. A lot of people can't do the roll up, so don't worry. If you wanna end right now, you certainly can. We're going to reach for the ceiling. We are going to tuck the chin, exhale, and slowly roll ourselves up. Reaching out long over those toes. And back up. And we are all done. I'm going to try to do one of these classes per week. We will switch, vary things around. And I'm hoping that everybody's staying healthy and safe. And I hope to see everybody very soon. All right, you guys take care, and I hope this was okay. This is definitely not in my comfort zone, but we wanted to do something for you guys in the interim when we couldn't all be together. So take care, and we'll see you soon.